Hello everyone and welcome to Jade classes. I am your English educator Moni Deepa, and in today's lesson we are breaking down Shakespeare's Macbeth Act 3 Scene 1. Now whether you are preparing for your board examination or you are studying the text in depth, this session will give you a clear line by line reading of the original text as well as its proper and elaborate explanation. So we will closely examine in this scene Banquo's growing suspicions, Macbeth's iconic soliloquy to be thus is nothing, as well as psychological manipulation of the murderers. Now, before we start, make sure to keep your notebook, pen, as well as your textbook handy so that you can note down the line by line meanings as we go. If you find this breakdown helpful, remember to like, subscribe to Jade classes. And now let's jump straight into the text. Act 3, Scene 1. Act 3, Scene 1 takes place in forest. It's a room in the palace. And as the curtain rises, we see Banquo on stage. Banquo. Thou hast it now, King, Corder, Glamis, all, as the worried woman promised, and I fear thou playest most foully for it. Now, this lines of Banquo shows that he is a he's a bit suspicious. Means he's getting a bit suspicious about Macbeth. So he says that, well, Macbeth, you have now got everything. The titles of king, you are the Thane of Corder, and you are the Thane of Glamis, just as the witches had predicted. And I fear that you have achieved them by most foul means. Means you have not achieved them in a straight way. You have played foul to achieve them. Okay, so achieve what? Mainly, okay, the title, okay, king. Yet it was said, it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. And Banquo remembers the prediction of the witches, that the witches had also prophesied that the kingship would not pass to your descendants. Okay, that Macbeth, you may be the king, okay, but the kingship would not pass on to your descendants, but that I should be the source and father of many kings to come. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, why by the verities on the made good? May they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more. Okay, now Banquo says that if the Verret sisters spoke the truth, as it had been in your case, Macbeth, that whatever they said, it proved true. It means that if their words had been true for you, then it would certainly be true for me also. Then judging by the truths, okay, so substantiated in your case. So why should they not come true in my case as well and give me grounds to hope? Okay, that if in your case all the words, okay, turned into uh, true means whatever the witches had predicted, if every prediction became true, then why should I not be hopeful? Okay, that in my case, okay, I can well hope that okay the prediction will come true. But okay, Banker realizes, but no, let me keep silent. Okay, I am not going to speak about it anymore. Clear? So let the thought be inside me only. So I don't want to talk about it. Just at that moment, there were sounds of trumpet. Okay, and Macbeth enters onto the stage. Okay, in the dress of king, and beside him was Lady Macbeth. And Macbeth and Lady Macbeth was accompanied by Lennox, Ross, okay, other lords and attendants. Okay, so on entering onto the stage, Macbeth notices Banquo, and Macbeth says, "Here is our chief guest." Okay, so pointing to Banquo, Macbeth says that here is our chief guest, Lady Macbeth. If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming. Okay, so Lady Macbeth says that if he had been forgotten, okay, that if we had forgot to invite Banquo, okay, that if he had been forgotten, then there would have been a gap in our banquet, means our bank banquet, okay, would not have been complete. Clear? So our greater feast would have been incomplete and it would have been totally futile if we had forgotten Banquo. Macbeth. Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I would request your presence. So Macbeth invites Banquo. Okay, saying that we are holding a ceremonious banquet, sir. Okay, and I will request you to be present there. Banquo. Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with a most indissoluble tie forever knit. So Banquo says that your highness, he refers to Macbeth now as your highness because he has already become the king. So your highness has only to command, and I am ever bound to obey, okay, by the permanent ties of my loyalty towards the throne. Okay, Macbeth. Write you this afternoon? Okay, so now just to see that how Macbeth questions him. So Macbeth is gathering information from Banquo. So what was his first question? That write you this afternoon? That are you going for a ride this afternoon? Banquo answers, my good lord, that yes, my good lord. Macbeth. We should have else desired your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous in these days' council, but we will talk uh, tomorrow. Is it for you right? Okay, so Macbeth says that if it were not so, means if you were not going for a ride, then I would have sought your advice. Okay, so Means your advice had always been very wise and profitable. So that is why I would have sought your advice. Clear? But okay, as you are going out today, it's okay. So we will meet tomorrow. So we will discuss about it tomorrow. Okay. By the way, are you going? Okay. Means are you going far in your ride? Means are you going a long way in your ride? Clear? So this is the second information that Macbeth, okay, is gathering from banker. So first question is that are you going for a ride? Okay, and the second is that are you going far in your ride? Banker. As for my lord, as we'll fill up the time, okay, betwixt this and supper, got not my horse the better? I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or 12. So Banquo answers that I will ride, my lord, only as far as I can go during the interval between now and the supper time. Okay, so I am going as far, okay, as I can go during the interval, means the gap between now and the supper time. In case my horse does not go that fast, okay, that if my horse does not go that first, then probably I will be late by an hour or two, okay, after nightfall. Okay, 12 means 2. Clear? That if my horse cannot run, okay, at that speed, then I may be late by an hour or two after nightfall. Macbeth. Fail not our feast. Okay, so Macbeth says that do not fail to attend the feast. Banquo. My lord, I will not. Okay, and Banquo assures Macbeth that my lord, I will not fail. Macbeth. We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, feeling their hearers. Okay, feeling their hearers with strange inventions, but of that tomorrow, when they're withal, so we shall cause of state, craving us jointly. Okay, so here Macbeth says that I came to know that my blood guilty cousins. Okay, that means he refers to Malcolm and Donald Bain. Okay, the Macbeth says that I have come to know that my blood guilty cousins have taken refuge. Okay, in England means one is in England and the other is in Ireland. Okay, and that instead of confessing their guilt of parricide, so parricide means so when uh, the sons kill their father, okay, that instead of confessing their guilt of parricide, so they have been telling invented stories. Okay, so they're creating stories, feeling their heroes, okay, so with such invented stories. And then Macbeth says but we shall deal with it tomorrow. So when in addition to it, so we shall discuss businesses of the state, so which demands attention, okay, of both of us. Clear? So tomorrow we are sitting together. So tomorrow we are going to discuss about the business of the state, so which demands attention. Okay, so side by side we will also discuss about it. Clear? Hie you to horse, Adio, till you return at night. Goes Fleance with you? Clear? So Macbeth says go quickly on your ride. Farewell, till you return at night. Is Fleance going with you? So this is the third information that Macbeth gathers from Banquo that whether Banquo's son Fleance is also riding with him or not. Okay, Banquo. My good lord, our time does call upon us. Okay, so Banquo answers that yes, my good lord, it is now time for us to set out. That yes, okay, Fiance, my son is also riding with me, and it is now time for us to set out. Macbeth. I wish your horses swift and sure of food, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Okay, and Macbeth says that may your horses be fast and sure-footed. Okay, so with this wish I bid you to mount your horses, okay, and set out for your ride. Clear? And Banco, he sits on his horses. Okay, means Banco sits on his horse and he, okay, exits. Means he goes out of the stage. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night, to make society the sweeter welcome. We will keep ourselves till supper time alone. Well done, God be with you. Clear? So after Banquo leaves the stage, so Macbeth addresses the others. Okay, so he says that let every man be left to himself till 7 at night, because the supper is going to start, okay, at 7. Okay, so at night, and let every man be left to himself till 7 at night. Clear? So to be able to enjoy our company better. So all of you take a rest, and so when we meet at 7 for the grand supper. Okay, so everyone can enjoy it. And Macbeth says that I shall keep myself alone till supper time. So till then, goodbye to all. Clear? So when Macbeth bids goodbye to everybody, so everyone, okay, goes out of the stage. Only, okay, Macbeth and his servant was there. Clear? So Macbeth, okay, asks the servant, Sirrah, a word with you. Attend those men our pleasure. So Macbeth says to the servant, Follow. Okay, Sirrah means follow. Okay, let me have a word with you. So I want to talk to you. Are those men waiting to see me? Okay, means are those men still waiting to see me? Servant. They are, my lord, without the palace gate. And the servant replies that yes, my lord, they are waiting outside the palace gate. Macbeth. Bring them before us. Okay, and Macbeth orders the servant that to bring them here. Okay, and so the servant goes out. Now, when the servant goes out, Macbeth says, To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Okay, his famous quoted line. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. The line means that to have the title of king is nothing in this life unless I can have it in safety. That until that title, okay, of the king is safe to me. So to have the title of king is nothing. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his loyalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. That our fear of Banquo is deep rooted now. Okay, Macbeth means to say that I fear Banquo. Why? Because of his deep rooted, okay, royal nature. Clear? So Macbeth says that our fear of Banquo is deep rooted now. I fear Banquo because of his royal nature. Clear? In the magnanimity of his nature. Clear? There is something that must be feared. Okay? It means that okay that there is something in Banquo's character, Banquo's nature, so that must be feared. It is much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valour to act in safety. So Macbeth is analyzing okay Banquo's character. Macbeth is saying that he is very courageous, and to his fearless quality is added a wisdom which guides his bravery to act very safely. Okay, that Banquo is not only courageous, okay, fearless, but he is very wise. Okay, and it is his wisefulness so which guides his bravery to act safely. Okay, there is none but he whose being I do fear, and unto him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony was by Caesar. Okay, and here you see that Macbeth confesses a truth. What he says? He says that I fear no one's existence except Banquo. Okay, it means that Macbeth is afraid of Banquo. Okay, that I fear no one's existence except Banquo. My guardian spirit is held down in his presence. So just as Mark Antony's used to be before Caesar. Okay. He chided the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then prophet like they hailed him father to a line of kings. Clear? So Macbeth says that he chided the sisters, means he challenged the witches. Okay, when the witches first addressed me as the king. Okay, and then he had commanded. Okay, so he commanded the spirit, sorry, the witches. Okay, to speak to him. Clear? So then the witches had predicted, just like prophets, that Banquo would be the begetter of a line of kings. Clear? So Banquo had commanded them to speak, and they had also predicted, means the witches had also predicted like prophets that Banquo would be the begetter of a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren sceptre in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlinear hand, no son of mine succeeding. So Macbeth says that the witches had placed a futile crown on my head, and they had to put a useless sceptre in my hands, from which the sceptre will be taken away by someone who is no higher to me. Okay, so no son of mine will succeed me. Clear? So Macbeth had to become the king. Clear? But yet, okay, there is one regret in him. Clear? So what is it? So it's regretting that the witches had placed a futile crown on my head. They had to put a useless scepter in my hands. Okay, this scepter will be taken away by someone. Okay, who is no higher to me. So okay, that is no son of mine will succeed me. If it be so for Banquo's issue, have I filled my mind for them, the gracious Duncan? Have I murdered? Okay, and now Macbeth says that if it so happens, that if it happens, then it will mean, okay, that I have corrupted, okay, or you can say that I have defiled my mind and I have murdered the noble Duncan, okay, just for the good of, okay, Banquo's descendants or Banquo's sons, that is Banquo's issue. Clear? That if it really happens, then it will mean that I have defiled my, okay, mind, I've corrupted my mind, and I have murdered the noble Duncan for the good of Banquo's descendants. Put your anchors in the vessel of my peace, only for them and mine eternal jewel, given to the common enemy of man, to take them kings, the seed of Banquo kings. Okay, so Macbeth says that I have embittered the peace of my mind. Okay, that means I put bitterness, okay, uh, in my mind for the benefit, only for the benefit of Banquo's descendants. Clear? So I have given my soul, okay, to Saturn. Clear? The common enemy of men. For what? To help Banquo's descendants become kings. Okay? So now Macbeth is regretting. Clear? So I won't say it's a total regret, but okay, so he's just analyzing that if it really happens, okay, then means what I did is just for Banquo's descendants. To make them kings, the seat of Banquo kings, rather than so, come fate into the list and champ, champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Okay, so Macbeth continues. He says that I have given my soul to Saturn, to devil, to help Banquo's descendants to become the king. Okay, rather rather than submit to such possibilities. Clear? So now Macbeth is saying that rather than submitting to such possibilities, so it means that I'm not going to sit quietly. I will challenge my fate. Clear? It cannot be. I will do everything, okay, and the benefit will be taken by others, so that cannot be. I'm not going to sit quietly. I'm going to challenge my fate. I invite fate into the fighting arena. Okay, least means, okay, I'm asking my fate, okay, into the fight. It means I'm inviting my fate into the fighting arena to fight against me to the bitter end. Clear? That means that I will go on fighting with my fate, with my own fate, okay, till the end. And then he says, who is there? So re-enters servant with two murderers. Okay, so the servant re-enters, okay, and along with the servant, so they were two murderers. Macbeth. Now go to the door and stay there till we call. So Macbeth asks the servant that now go to the door and wait there till we call you. So the servant exits, means the servant goes out. Macbeth speaks with the murderers. Was it not yesterday we spoke together? That was it not yesterday that we had a talk together? First murderer. It was, so please your highness. Okay, so the first murderer say that it was your majesty. Macbeth. Well done now. Have you considered of my speeches? Now that it was he in the times past which held you so under fortune, so which you thought had been our innocent self. Now Macbeth says that well done. So have you thought over what I had said, means whatever I had related to you yesterday? Clear? Have you thought over it? So do you know that it was he, that it was Banquo who caused your misfortune in the past? So when you thought that my innocent self was responsible for them, okay, so you people thought that it was me, okay, who was responsible for all your misfortunes. But yesterday during our meeting I made it clear that it was not me, it was Banco. This I made good to you in our last conference, passed in probation with you. How you were born in hand, how crossed the instruments, who wrote them with, and all things else that might to huff a soul and to a notion crazed. Okay, say thus did Banquo. Now Macbeth says that I made this clear to you in our last meeting, that yesterday, okay, when we had a meeting, I made everything very clear to you. Okay, I have even showed you the proof. Okay, as to how you people were being deceived. Okay, born in hand means you people were being deceived. Okay, then thwarted means you people were crossed, and what instruments, okay, were used against you. Okay, and I've also made it clear that who used them. Clear? So I told you, okay, means I had made it clear, I told you that all other things in such a way that even a simpleton or a lunatic would realize, okay, that Banquo did all this. Okay, that I have tried to explain to you, okay, in such a simple way that even, okay, a simpleton, okay, or a lunatic would realize, okay, that Banquo is responsible, okay, for all this or for all this misfortune. Okay, so that dropped means that dropped on you people. Okay, it's not me. First murderer, you made it known to us. Okay, so the first murderer say that you made it clear to us. Macbeth, I did so, and went farther, which is now our point of second meeting. Clear? So Macbeth says that I know I did so. I went farther. Okay, and that is now the subject of our second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let it go? Now, are you so patient by your nature that you will let this pass? Okay, means you will let this just go away. So do you all have the patience, okay, to that limit? Are you so gospeled to pray for this good man and for his issue, whose heavy hand had bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever? Okay. Now Macbeth says that are you so governed, okay, by the teachings of a New Testament? Okay, means gospel teaching. Clear that you would pray for this good man. That is that you are going to pray for Banquo. Okay, and his descendants. So when his cruel action, okay, so when it was the cruel action of Banquo, clear, so brought you near death and made your families beggars forever. Okay, first murderer. We are men, my leg. Okay, so the first murderer says that we are men enough not to tolerate it. Clear? It means that there is manhood in our nature. Okay, so we cannot tolerate it. Macbeth. In the catalogue, A go for men, as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs. Uh, Shots, water-rugs, and demi-wolves are clapped all by the name of dogs. Clear? So Macbeth says that yes, in the description of the species, you pass for men. Clear? In the description of the species, you pass for men. It is just as hounds, greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, cars, okay, shaggy dogs, water dogs, and half-breeds, okay, are all called by the common name of dogs. The value to life distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, everyone according to the gift which bounteous nature hath in him closed. Now, the catalogue of dogs, that is, showing their qualities and value. Clear? Distinguishes the swift, the slow, the clever, the watchdog, the hunter. Clear? So the catalogue of dogs, okay, is made according to their characteristic. Okay, so the catalogue distinguishes, okay, between the dogs. Okay, it's being categorized under swiftness, under slow, under cleverness, as a watchdog, as a hunter dog. Clear? So everyone considered according to the qualities that nature has put in it. Means they are being categorized according to the qualities that nature had bestowed on them. Whereby he does receive particular addition from the bill that writes them all alike and so of men. Thus a dog here receives individual description, whereas they are mentioned without any distinction in the general list. Clear? So in the special catalog, so we are means categorizing the dogs, okay, under different categories according to the qualities that nature had bestowed on them. Okay, but clear, uh, in a simple way, so we just mention them without any distinction, so we just put them under the category of dog. and the same goes for men too. Okay, now if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off, grapples you to the heart and love of us, who were our health but sickly in his life, so which in his death were perfect. Now Macbeth says to the murderers that if that now if you wish to hold a respectable position among men, and not to be despised as the lowest of men, then tell me, and I will confide to you a task, means I will give you a plan, and that plan executed will take means takes your enemy off. Clear? So if you wish to hold a respectable position among men and not to be despised as the lowest of men, then you can tell me and I will confide to you a task. Okay? The accomplishment of which will remove your enemy and bring you close to my heart and to my affection. Okay? So long as he lives, means so long as Banquo lives, I lead a perilous life. Okay, I feel as if I am leading a very, okay, means miserable life. I will be secure only when he dies. Clear? So Macbeth is now engaging the murderers, okay, because, okay, Macbeth feels that, okay, that he is living a miserable life, that though he has become the king, but yet he is living a, okay, miserable life because Banquo is alive, okay, and he can feel secure and safe only when Banquo dies. Second martyr. I am worn my leg, whom the wild blows and buffets of the world hath so incensed that I am reckless what I do to spite the world. Okay, so the second murderer says that I am one, my lord, whom the cruel blows and hardships of the world have so enraged that I am prepared to take any risk to take revenge on the world. Okay, that I am ready to take the revenge on this world. First murderer. And I another, so weary with disaster, so tucked with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid on it. And the first martyr says that and I am another so disgusted with sufferings and so pulled about by fate that I can risk my life either to improve it or to die. It means that now I have become careless. Okay, either I would mend my life or, okay, be rid of my life. Macbeth. Both of you know Banquo was your enemy. So Macbeth says that both of you now realize that Banquo was your enemy. Second murderer. True, my lord. So it is true, my lord. Macbeth. So is he mine, and in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrust against my nearest of life. And Macbeth says that Banquo had not only been your enemy, okay, Banquo is my enemy too. So he is also my enemy. And he is such a deadly enemy that every moment of his existence threatens my well-being. Okay, or his existence threatens, okay, my very being. And though I could with bare-faced power sweep him from my sight and beat my will avouched it, yet I must not, for certain friends that are both his and mine, whose love I may not drop by, but well his fall, who I myself struck down. So Macbeth says that, and though so I could get him executed by using my authority. Okay, that I could get Banquo executed by using my authority. And I could even justify the deed as my royal wish. Clear? But I must not do so. Because he and I have a certain common friends whose affection I do not want to lose. Okay, also, even if I myself get him killed in that way, I shall have to lament his death. Okay, so Macbeth says that also, even if I myself get him killed in that way, I shall have to lament, means well his, okay, death. And thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons. Okay, so Macbeth says that it is therefore that I seek your help. Okay, that I'm asking for your help, keeping the business a secret, masking. Okay, masking means that there's a whole murder, it has to be kept a secret from the common people. Okay, and this murder had to be kept a secret from the common people for several important reasons. Okay, so sundry weighty, that there are several important reasons because of which, okay, this murder had to be kept a secret. We shall, my lord, perform what you command us. Okay, so the second murderer said that we shall, my lord, carry out so what you have ordered us to do. First murderer, though our lives, okay, so though our lives means we shall do it even at the risk of our lives. Macbeth, your spirits shine through you within this hour at most. I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, the moment on it. And now Macbeth says okay, that your determination reveals itself through your looks. So within an hour, okay, uh, within an hour at the most, I will let you know where you have to ambush. Okay, plant means ambush, uh, where you have to ambush him. Clear? So I will also inform you of the time most suitable for the purpose. Means I shall also tell you about the exact time. For it must be done tonight, and something from the palace always thought that I require a clearness. Clear? That it must be done tonight. That Banquo must be murdered tonight itself, and some distance from the palace. Clear? So it must be kept in mind that I need to be free from any type of suspicion. Clear? Okay, so means both of you will do the murder. Okay, and that also away from the palace, and you need to keep in mind that I need to be free from suspicion, and with him to leave no rubs, no botches in the work, fiancé, his son that keeps him company, and to make a clean job of it. Okay, fiancé, his son, who will be with him. Okay, uh, he should also be murdered. Okay, okay. So it's not only Banquo whom you are going to murder, but along with him, okay, you are also going to murder fiancé. Okay, so Macbeth is here gradually becoming perfect, okay, in his art of murdering, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Okay? It means that the fiancé is no less an important matter to me than his father's, and must share the same fate. So that means, okay, that tonight it's not only Banquo whom you are going to murder, along with him, you are going to murder his son, fiancé, too. Resolve yourself apart. I will come to you anon. So Macbeth says that go and decide on the matter between yourselves. Clear? So go and decide on the matter between yourselves, and I shall see you soon. Second murderer. We are resolved, my lord. And the second murderer, okay, says that we have made up our mind, my lord. Macbeth. I shall call upon you straight abide reason. So Macbeth says that I will meet you very soon. Clear? So wait, clear? So abide inside means wait inside. And the murderers, exeunt means the murderers go away. So after the murderers leave, Macbeth was all alone, and what did he say? It is concluded, Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find haven, must find it out tonight. So Macbeth speaks to himself that it is concluded means now it is being settled. Okay, that Banquo, if your soul wants to reach heaven, then it must do so tonight. And Macbeth goes out. And that brings us to the end of Act 3, Scene 1. In this scene, we see a critical shift in Macbeth's character. He has moved from a hesitant, guilt-ridden murderer to a cold, calculated strategist who no longer hesitates to eliminate anyone who threatens his crown, including his closest friend Banquo. Okay? So take a moment to review your notes, especially the key soliloquy and Macbeth's manipulation of the two murderers. If you have any question about specific phrases or character motivations, drop them in the comment below. I would love, okay, to help you clarify them. If for today's line by line explanation helped you understand the text better, then please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your classmates, and do not forget to subscribe to Jade classes for our next detailed breakdown. Keep studying, keep analyzing, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye.